Hi guys and welcome back to another video. Come on in, get comfortable, relax, and enjoy. Today we're going to be talking about Doordash saturation. Is Doordash becoming oversaturated? Who it's good for? Who it's bad for? Why did it happen? All that kind of good stuff. So if you think you'll like this video, keep watching. If you like it in the end, hit that thumbs up button. If you like this type of content in general, hit that subscribe button. I have an amazing amount of information that you guys will find very informative if you are considering doing side gigs of some sort. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So is Doordash becoming oversaturated in the driver department? The answer to that is yes. And why did this happen? So about a year ago, a little thing called the coronavirus came around and threw a wrench in everybody's plans. You don't need to hear the effects of coronavirus from me because you heard it from everywhere else, and I'm pretty sure you're sick of it and you want it to go away, but it's decided it doesn't want to yet. So coronavirus came around, caused a whole lot of problems, caused unemployment, and just caused desperation, essentially, causing a lot of people to lose their jobs, go homeless, all kind of nasty stuff like that. And DoorDash was also affected. So DoorDash is a system where you work on your own hours, your own schedule, deliver a little bit of food, and make pretty good money for the amount of experience that is required, essentially. And a lot of people started relying on DoorDash after they lost their jobs. And that's the reason DoorDash became oversaturated with workers. Aha, my screen turned off. Let's turn that back on. So that's the reason DoorDash became oversaturated with workers. Now, who is this good for? Number one, it's good for the DoorDash company. Number two, it's good for the DoorDash consumers. And you must be thinking, wow, this is great. It's good for everybody. No, it's bad for the DoorDash drivers. Those are the people that are my audience right now, and those are the people it's terrible for, essentially. So, in order to explain this, let's go into Business 101. I know you're probably sick of college if you're in college right now, but let's talk about Business 101 for a second and talk about supply and demand and explain why it's bad for the drivers. So, Business 101, supply and demand. 5-second lesson. So when there's too much supply, there's little demand, price of an item goes down. It's everywhere, everyone has it. When there's little supply, a lot of demand, the price of the item goes up because it's scarce and people want to have a unique item. They want to get their hands on it and they want to have something special. So price goes up and producer could charge as much as he wants for it or as much as the government allows, and consumer still has to buy it because that's their only option. So the supply of dashers has essentially gone up. There are a lot of dashers out on the road. So there aren't that many deliveries for the dashers that are remaining. So people who've done DoorDash for years are noticing that there are fewer and fewer deliveries to do, and the deliveries that are available are available at a lower price. And DoorDash can now do that because honestly, they don't need the dashers as much as they did in the past. There's a lot more to choose from, so they could offer dashers lower prices to do the job, and dashers essentially have to accept because if they don't, they really don't have many other choices, and either they do the job or they don't. And they do the job on DoorDash's terms now that DoorDash has more workers than it needs, essentially. Also, DoorDash doesn't need to do peak pay anymore. Since there are dashers out on the road at all times, DoorDash doesn't need to incentivize dashers to go out because they're already out. DoorDash doesn't need to pay drivers more because drivers don't require more compensation to go out more often, essentially. And this is good for the consumer because now there are dashers out on the road all the time, so your orders won't be late. You don't have to pay tips to hurry your order along. So all of these things are good for both the company and the consumer because they get the work done in a more efficient manner at a lower price. But since there are much more dashers out on the road, they have to compete for that money. And even if they get bad orders, they might have to accept them because those are the only orders that are remaining. As of late, I've been only noticing orders in the breakfast rush, in the lunch rush, or in the dinner rush. And it's true, these were popular times in the past as well. But in the past you could still find a little bit of work in between those times. There was like a red busy or a super busy even in between those times. And now the map is gray almost all the time aside from the 3 major rushes. So this is super bad for the dashers, and honestly it's not great for me either. It's great for me in one sense that I have more customers to give my videos to, tips and tricks to maximize earnings, but I'm a dasher myself, and I like to earn a little bit of side money. My voice went for a second. I like to earn a little bit of side money on my during my spare time as well. And now I can't really choose the time I go out. DoorDash kind of chooses it for me. But anyways, guys, this is what's going on in the DoorDash area right now. If you're considering becoming a driver, please take this into consideration. It's not as good as it was a year ago or even farther back than that. It is becoming more of a popular app, but it's becoming popular on both ends, the consumer and the driver. And as of right now, the drivers are more desperate because they're trying to put meat on the table, food, pay for rent, and they're willing to do a more difficult job for a lower price because they are a bit desperate right now. And everybody is, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you like this type of content in general, hit that subscribe button as well as the post notification bell. If you found this video informative or want to add something to it, leave it in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think about it. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? And what do you think? Was my portrayal, my coverage of this area accurate? But hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.